Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday morning, uh, an early view of the area of Leo and Salinas Park. North of it, on the military road, which is about 10 feet from the railroad, and there's dirt roads that go into the farmland. Now, the morning is fresh, but not chilly. Now, this is the park. You can see all the fog from today, from early this morning. Park lights are on. It just looks fantastic, I think. I come down this area to do a video in the morning, because according to La Jolla Police and Border Patrol and the Highway Patrol, this is the most dangerous area in the Rio Grande Valley. Now, I've been doing this for approximately 2 years now, and I have not seen any shootings here, not seen any killings. I haven't seen any migrants get into fist fights. Okay, here we go. Here's the guy with the trailer with the horses. I guess he just came out of the river, or he's not going to go. We got a bunch of patrol units over here. I don't know. I didn't pay much attention to it yesterday to see if they caught people, which I really don't care anymore. The thing is, what I believe I'm concerned about, and I would maybe venture to say most of you people here at La Jolla, is the treatment of the migrants. Are the agents treating them in a respectful way? I mean, they get paid to be they get paid to do this job, which people, it's not a hard job. People, these people wouldn't make it picking cotton, especially if you had to pick 800 pounds a day, snatch. So these are the jobs that were left over by the white Anglo-Saxon. And when they were left behind, because they moved out because they were racist, and so Mexicans took over them. Now, there were some jobs that were not really that easy to jump into, like Highway Patrol. The Highway Patrol had a racist qualification, so Mexicans couldn't go and join, which said that you had to be over 6 feet tall in order to be a highway patrolman. So some of those departments get being picked in such a way for a long time that you know you didn't have any Mexican highway patrolmen or not that many border patrol. Because I grew up in the 60s and 60s and late 50s, early 60s. I saw all the racism. See, I saw the books that we got from school, missing pages, all messed up, because the Anglos had got them first. So, see, I went through all of that. I know all of that crap. Now, the people that took over Charles Demeter's, the late Charles Demeter's Facebook account, they didn't like to hear that stuff because they didn't grow up during that time. They only wanted pictures, and they had threatened even before to take over the channel. And of course, when Mr. Charles died, they did. So I haven't heard the chopper. Usually the chopper is the one that says, they're getting ready to cross over or they're coming. So, I mean, some of the migrants try to run, yes, but they're not trying to run because they're bad people. They're trying to run to see if they can get away from paying the high price, money-wise, that is charged of them. Because maybe they figure once I get over here, I get state, I'm not going back. Not paying those people. So, and Border Patrol takes it as that they are criminals. They don't use common sense. They get the dogs after them and put handcuffs on them. So that's really how could I say this? A Neanderthal way of thinking. Way back when man couldn't really use his brain. So, man has advanced a lot, and man should know better. But if you want to hear it from me, I call these jobs welfare jobs because they do nothing, gentlemen. They just sit in their vehicles, and wait until the migrants come and give themselves up. Yeah. So I know people, friends that have sons that are Border Patrol, and they're proud of them. And hopefully these new generations that are coming in will change the image of Border Patrol. But let me tell you about an experience I had when I was a young kid, maybe 9 years old. My brothers took us to the movies, and we were coming back. It might have been 10:30, 11. And so my brother had this habit. she stopped at the Red Beer Joint, but by the military road, not the military road, the Guadalupe road. And she walked up to the beer joint and got a beer. She came straight back to the car, and we drove back to our home in Pueblitas. Well, apparently this guys in the beer joint, they had a lady working there, and she didn't have papers. So what they did was they hid her from the border patrol. And they asked, well, where's so-and-so? Because I guess they already knew she worked there. Oh, she's not here. She left with that car that just left. See, and even if those guys were trying to do a joke or whatever, no, it didn't come out to that. Because in those old times, families stuck together. It's not like today. A lot of us, family members, and not necessarily brothers and sisters, but nephews, we slept in my house, all of us. And so there were only 3 beds, so there were always lots of us laying on the floor. And there were 4 or 5 of us on the floor sleeping. All of a sudden, I see this pair of khaki pants with his legs open on top of me, shining his flashlight at my face. Now, at that time, I was not as verbal as I grew up to be, but those are the reasons that make you a verbal person in later life. All these stupid injustices committed by this AS. So I'm not inclined to say that that I'm in favor of cops. As a matter of fact, I believe that the police department in La Jolla, they have too many officers. They need to bring it down, make it smaller, hire more maintenance men. They're doing a beautiful job on the park. It's beautiful. The only thing I'm wondering is why they don't have a couple of flags flying at the park. Texas flags or United States flags. Nothing like that. So, I mean, it's to me, because I started early coming out here and doing videos, and so I got the full impact of everything that was going on. And not only did I see people, Border Patrol, mistreat migrants, but their attitudes are wrong. The Border Patrol agents are not paid to have an attitude towards migrants. They are paid to apprehend them, process them, and see if they can apply for asylum. That's their job. But they want to act like the cops in the TV series, in the movies, on television. And so they get close to a migrant and push him forward. I saw one cop, he had 5 migrants in front of his truck, and he was right behind them like he was pushing them. Folks, this is crazy. And this is not going to stop. This is going to continue. And it's going to be here, and it's going to be here. And what Border Patrol wants to do, he wants to make it into a big business. Because their paychecks depend on that. You see? So the more they talk about it, the more criminal they can make it. That's better for them. It's just like the DEA. If all of a sudden all cartels stopped sending drugs to the United States, what would happen to the DEA? They'd have no more business. Nobody would be bringing drugs to the United States. And so that would be the end of that department. I'd like to remind you of another thing. If you remember that, I think it's November, they call it 11/11 or some crap like that about the Twin Towers. During that time, the government had so many field operatives working throughout the United States that the operatives working out here, the agents, were seeing that the Arabs were going to airports and learning how to fly. And they kept sending the reports to Washington. But in Washington, the head honchos over there, they kept watering down the reports. This guy wants my job. This guy wants my job. And this is why that happened. Because they knew beforehand that it was going to happen. So, I mean, this thing that you talk about, or that you wonder about, law enforcement, these people are only making sure that they have a job. See, they love their welfare checks. They do nothing for them. They just sit in their cars. They have air conditioning. They have a heater if it gets cold. They got everything. So, well, folks, I hope breakfast and a cup of coffee, that this video helps you digest that food, and maybe you have a nice day to look forward to. Now at this time, I'm hearing the chopper, which is to the north. I heard it for a second, but then he went out. So, folks, the video is running too long, so that's it for today. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Don't forget to leave a comment if you watch my videos. I mean, they must be boring because it's the same thing over and over again. But anyway, I'm trying to learn this. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.